Yeah, viewers, I got a package in the mail today from Ed Systems, Aussie50. This is the old Astor radio I did some videos on, couldn't get it to work. Astor transistor. I did search this on the internet, I think on eBay. I actually found the original service manual to this radio on eBay. I can't remember what the model, but it was from 1964, I think it was. That's the only bit of damage I can see there and there. This type of plastic should repair pretty easily. So this will clean up quite nicely. It's got I think it's a roller type 5B speaker too. That's what my healing golden voice had. G-Con potentiometer there. I'll pull this thing apart. Aerial goes there and earth. Earth just for interference. Not sure what that's for. I have to repair that. I'm up the internal area wire there. I'll get onto that later on. You can also hang this on the wall, but good thing I didn't, because these would have often got torn up and broken. And this is the other one. Other radio he sent me. This is a Sharp. I'll have a careful look at this. Where is it? Model FV1700, 6-band 17 transistor. Unfortunately, someone's hacked this thing to buggery. Now I'm going to try and search for a schematic to rebuild this thing. By the looks of it, that goes at the dial lamp, so I'm going to have to find somewhere. There must be something that turns this dial lamp on. PL, I think that turns phase lock, I think that is, not pilot light. I'm pretty sure there should be a switch somewhere to turn a dial light on. Well, these might be on all the time, the dial lamps. And the dial pointer has to be reattached to the string, but that's the least of the worries there. And that there goes to the capacitor somewhere on a tuning gang, I think. And the actual internal antenna, that'll have to be resecured. So I'll have to fix that properly. Be very careful here. It's got a good sharp speaker, 4 ohms, 2.5 watt. Yeah, the wire that was so, here we go, that green wire goes there on the aerial. That wire goes on the tuning capacitor, so that's the aerial wire, so I'll find where that goes. There's another white wire hanging around in there somewhere. So I'll resolder that, fix this up, find where the dial light gets its power from. You can see he'd have hacked this bloody thing here up, and that goes to these red and the green light. Don't know what the hell I've done to this thing, but they bloody had a go at it. Yeah, I need to get me a schematic for this to help rebuild this thing. It'll be a good challenge for me. This early Japanese stuff is very, very, very well made. Okay, viewers, this is a very simple circuit. This will be very easy to restore, this one. It doesn't look like anyone's buggered around with it. It's good, this is untouched. This is a roller speaker here, and there's a all intact, manufactured by Roller Co, Australia. Proprietary Limited. First one ends in 1950, 1950, 1950. Patentees prohibit. Hang on, I can read that properly. The sale or disposal of this loudspeaker as a separate unit. The purchaser accepts delivery subject to this condition. Okay, well 1950 is the latest patent on that. So they would have had a lot of surplus. So when I made these after later on. We've got a broken bit there, but that's just to actually secured the battery. The battery would have went up inside there. I'll have to, here we are. Here's the transistors it uses. Transistor replacement diagram. 2N406, 2 of those, 2 OC74s, 2 2N410s and a 2N412. This will restore quite nicely, this one. Thanks very much for these, Ed. I'll clean these up and these will be going quite nicely. Someone's run this off an external power supply. I'll have to build a battery maker. He'll know what battery this thing takes. Once I find that out, I'll see if I can make a replica. That'd be, then I can just make it look authentic. Looks like we could, not sure, that would have been 4. Could have been 4 on external speaker. I'm not too sure though. And that's going, if there's got an audio transformer there. Yeah, transformer operated this type. Shouldn't be too hard to recap, it's quite simple. There's some electrolytics here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrolytics. And there's one, so I think there's another, that's an electrolytic, and that one there is a 10 microfarad. Yeah, that's an electrolytic as well. I'll give those an ESR test, I bet they'll be bad. If you don't use these, these for a long time, these tend to deform. And they'll short or go open circuit. There's 2 electrolytics there. Yeah, let's get the ESR meter out, see what they test. I bet they'll be bad. So we've got one there. Okay, goes between there and there, I think. One there and one there. Let's get the ESR meter out. I bet they'll be a bit high. Yeah, in circuit, leaky. 0.34 ohms, and that was this one here. So, either that measures it's gone too low, or it's in circuit mode. Yeah, I'm guessing it'll be leaky. It's a pretty, it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time, so I've got this point and that point. Let's test that point, and I'll set the ESR meter up here, see if we can get to see this. I won't bother hitting the tripod out for this bit. So there, and oops, forgot to turn it back on. I'll do it the hard way. There you go, we'll do it the hard way. Yep, leaky as well, 0.36 ohms. And that was this one. Now when Ed tested this, he couldn't get any stations coming in. So, if that's the case, one of those capacitors is probably blocking the radio circuit from working. It might be open circuit. Or, and these definitely look like they're germanium transistors, so they may have developed a tin whiskers problem, unfortunately. And these are Philips mini white transistors. That one's might be a G-Con. Yeah, there you go. Andeon, A-N-D-E-O-N to make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Andeon brand transistors and 2 mini white Philips transistors. Usually if you don't use these for a long time, they'll develop tin whiskers and short themselves out. You've got to keep using them so that doesn't happen. This will clean up quite nicely. It's got all the call signs on the radio dial are intact. None of them are scratched off. Alright. I'll probably make a good filtered 9V power supply AC adapter to run this off. I'll try a wall wart. If this hasn't got enough current, I'll have to rig up something else till I can get a battery made up for this. That's a very simple little circuit. The sticker's been lost there. Either way, I'll try and chase up the service diagram, service manual for this radio. Just couldn't help myself. You also had to plug this thing into a battery here and give it a test. Now let's, I think I've found my culprit here. Pretty sure it's this capacitor here. So let's plug this across this capacitor. Got a 100 microfarad 35V Rubicon. Let's go between there and there. Hey! 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 There we go, it works! Capacitors. And that's going on this one here, so if I put it across that one, okay, the ground is this side, this middle one here is positive. We'll find out short to see it. Partially restored, so that's one of the culprits. So it's this one, these two are bad. 2 bad capacitors. Okay, then my ground here. buckets are back. I'll try and tune a bit better here. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Not very low because my battery's not very good. Capacitor charges and restores. Now the test, this is not how not to test it. Amplifier, the amplifier is definitely working. This is a low voltage, so you never ever do this with a high voltage set, ever. This is just a 9-volt set. So it's safe to do that sort of troubleshooting with. Good song, but copyright gets in my way, so I can't play too much of that. Disconnect. And they are, let's see, I can't read that. Looks like working voltage, maximum voltage, 6-volt capacitor, 2 microfarad. Got to replace a 2 microfarad 6-volt and another 2 microfarad 6-volt. So I was bridging that with a 35 volt 100 microfarad. So I'll replace all these anyway. It will come louder if I do. It should be louder than that, even though that battery's half flat, because when I touched the amplifier on my finger, it went louder briefly. So, and these metal cans that come loose. Basically, that transistor is in a glass shell. There we are. Transistor's inside there. I'll have to re-glue that back on. That's actually a shield. So I'll have to stick that back on there. Viewers, when I get a chance, I'll be recapping this thing. This thing will be back to new again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 capacitors. Easy. I'll check the resistors, but I don't think they'll have drifted too far at all out of tolerance. B85255. So basically when the capacitor's out, it's not charging, so it's not coupling the signal into the circuit here. By putting this in, it's charging and restoring a signal back to the circuit. Well, if I had a schematic, I'll explain it a bit better. So if I go down here, ground, this capacitor, I'm positive on this one. Going through that capacitor to get to ground, so yeah, those caps are definitely bad, so a recap will bring this thing back to full working order. And that's with the external area going on there. And on a good night, I should be able to pick up lots of stations with this internal rod antenna. And I was tuned to my local radio station, which is MA. Used to be 3MA, which has now been taken over by some lame Easy Mix network. Anyway, thanks for watching.